don't know the actual song. Alrighty then. Getting these linked. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. This vision has been softly creeping. Left alone while I was sleeping. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Alright. Aloha. Just gonna make some quick post announcements. Yeah. Before I start, that's a lie, Will. Just need to figure out where is it? 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 What am I doing? Okay. All right. Hopefully this works. I can get the code here. Come on. All right. To answer PC, it is Brain Teasers. I've done one of these for each of the Headcanon Hive people. I've already finished Scrooge's. I've got this one for Brain Teaser, and I've got the other one for Alpaca, which I will draw or color later in a bit after this. Just as soon as I get, okay, there we go. I can find it right there. And all right, just making some quick posts. Do. Right. Okay. All right. Move this over here and move this here. And then bring this and this up, and now I can start working. All right. All right. I have a very limited color palette, but I will do what I can with what I got. That's a nice sharpener. All right. Yeah, PC, that's depressing. But they're not going to address it in show, just like they're not going to address the whole Alicorn living forever thing. Yeah, they'll just have to keep changing people. What happened to this one? What happened to the one player? Why isn't he coming in to join? He's dead. Oh yeah. So we brought in this new person. Oh, whoops. That in a bit. All right. Well, it's also probably a voice actor thing, you know? It's kind of like John Delancey. I mean, it'd be cool to have Discord in every episode, but, you know, John Delancey isn't part of the main cast. He's a side character. This probably looks so bad, but I've already started, and now I'm committing to it. I can't remember KP's opinion on that episode. Here is There's more than one? There's more than one in October? Oh, It. No. Not a horror movie fan. Well, yeah, I'll watch season 2 when it comes out. I've already watched season 1 of Stranger Things. Of course, I try and recommend it to other people, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll watch it later." And they never do. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. I'm still on Defenders season, or episode 7. But that's because Dragons came out with their new season. My thoughts on Minions. I'm fairly neutral when it comes to Minions. I just dislike the fact that they retconned, because in the first movie there was a poster on the wall that's kind of hinted that Gru created the Minions, but then they retconned it in the Minions movie, saying that they had always been around. And it's like, then what was with that poster in the first movie? Let's see. Wait, you haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon 2 PC? Well, basically, if you've seen the trailers, then you've seen the movie. It's sad, but it's true. But yeah, it's okay. It just had a lot of problems with it, but I severely want a third one. But yeah, the Netflix series does connect to the Cartoon Network series, and in fact, the Cartoon Network series is takes place after the first movie, and then the Netflix series, the first 2 seasons take place after the Cartoon Network series, and then these last couple of them take place a little bit before. A little bit before the second movie. Yeah, that would have been a great reveal. But they done dirt. I mean, a good way to reveal, to like they didn't have to say, there was plenty of scenes of her showing Hiccup the dragon stuff that they could have just had her be like, oh, I know a whole bunch about dragons, and then without revealing that she's Hiccup's mom. Like, they could have saved that for moviegoers. But instead, they just decided to just up and reveal it. The last episode was when one old man who hate. Oh, that was wow. That's pretty like old in general. Like, that's like Cartoon Network old. Yeah. The show's gotten a lot more further than that. I'm not going to reveal everything, but yeah, the latest season, the ending of that, like at first I thought, well, that was very cheap, but then after thinking about it, I was like, nothing. I was like, huh. Either they thought about this reveal like way early, or pulled it out of their ass, and either way, kudos to them for doing that, because that actually made that character a lot more relevant. Let's see, should you watch the sequel first? Yes. Well, it's because the series. I think what they'll do is that once the third movie comes out, they'll have, if they're continuing to do the series, they'll have the series pick up after the third movie, or just before the third movie. But for now, the series takes place before season 2 or before the second movie. But like, basically all it is them learning more about certain dragons, and then Hiccup figuring out how to create those some of the stuff that he has in the movies, like his flight suit and his flaming sword. Although he is yet to learn how to soothe dragons with it. Flaming sword. It's coated in monstrous nightmare gel. Alright, we'll do. We'll refrain from any spoilers. I mean, then again, the flaming sword was shown in the trailer for the second movie. What's up, Cartoon Critic? Yeah, I was going to do this yesterday, but then the podcast started, which I didn't know until last minute. But yeah. Magica and Scrooge. I think I don't remember too much about the DuckTales original cartoon, but Magica, like, I recognize Magica Dispel. But yeah, I did kind of think that Scrooge and her had some backstory. I never read the comics either. Oh, yeah, Critic, she usually does. Yeah, it's DA. It's DA. The message, the notes on DA kind of like take a while, and I have to refresh it every once in a while. So if I don't check it every once in a while, it's I just don't know. But yeah, Scrooge usually gives a heads up. Oh, Magica and Gladstone. There's a comic I'll show you later, PC, involving Gladstone, or I think Gladstone. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, there's a... Hold on, let me fix this. Reapply the tape. Alright. Yeah, there's a pretty good comic involving Gladstone that I like. I'll share it, or I'll link it to you later. Yeah, I can't wait for that Darkwing Duck episode. I've got like the first season on DVD. I'd like the rest of them, but Disney hasn't released them yet. And then they've also made reference to Tailspin and Goof Troop, so so hopefully, maybe we'll see or we'll see a character from there. Like, I mean, okay, the character from Tailspin, I think that they may bring in would probably be Con Carnage, the Sky Pirate. And then from Goof Troop, it'd be kind of cool if they brought in Goofy and Max. Mostly just so that way Disney does something with Max again, because they haven't done anything with Max ever since an Extremely Goofy movie. Cartoon Critic, what am I drawing? I am coloring a art birthday gift for Brain Teaser. I've drawn one birthday thing for each of the Headcanon Hive people. I've finished Scrooge's, and I'm coloring Brain Teasers now, and I'm also going to color alpacas after I get this done. This is Brain Teaser with her OC with sour cream. Disney Network team: Scrooge McDuck, Jake Long, Ron Stoppable, Randy Cunningham, Stitch, Star Butterfly, Lord Hater, Lao Shi, and Shigo. Let's see, Disney. Well, well, they're gonna need a strong team, and who better than T.J. Detweiler? That's too, that's not good. That's not a good color. T.J. Detweiler from Recess? Closer. This one probably for the darker highlights. Yeah. When I think of the Recess movie, it was a nice way to conclude the series. Just a shame that they kind of like did a few other things afterwards, like Taking the Fifth Grade, which was basically just a clip show. Yeah, I can understand that, Cartoon Critic. I mean, not every show is gonna appeal to every single person, but Recess was pretty good. I mean, there are a lot of good episodes that I would recommend, like the Dodgeball City episode, where it's revealed that in a previous school, Gus Griswold was known simply as El Diablo. He was the Dodgeball King. And then there was an episode that was a parody of the Pokemon craze with the card game Ajimbo. That was a good one. And then there was an episode that basically taught you economics through the fact that the kids all got, like, because while the green stuff, oh, it's a highlight. Let me see if I can link this. This is her OC. But the economics episode of Recess was pretty funny because like while TJ was out sick, all these kids got hooked on these monster stickers, and but TJ didn't know, and so he was pretty much penniless, and so he, in order to get some of these stickers to do anything, because all the kids were trading these stickers to do things like get a ball or to get a drink from the water fountain, and so TJ started working for stickers, and then he realized that he could maximize by paying someone else to do that whilst he makes a profit, and then it just spiraled into him owning 98% of all the stickers on the playground. And so then the kids decided, well, nobody's got these stickers anymore, but there are these cool lick 'em stick alien stamps. Why don't we just use those instead? And so TJ basically went bankrupt. Can I animate? Does a post-it? Do these count? I'd love to learn to animate. It's just a matter of schooling, which I would love to go back, but I have no money. I have no money, and I must scream. Let's see. PC's Cartoon Network Hero Team: Ben Tennyson, Gwen Tennyson, Garnet, Carol, Bubbles, Jennifer Lee, Jake the dog, or maybe Vilgax instead. Vilgax is a villain. Marceline, Nicole Watterson, and Otto. Yeah, as a kid I watched the original Power Rangers too, Cartoon Critic, although I haven't watched any of the new series, but I do watch Linkara's History of Power Rangers. So, in a way, I'm basically just getting the cliff notes. Would I do 2D animation or 3D animation? I'm better at 2D, although as you can see, barely even at that. But I would learn what I need to in order to be useful. Oh, crap. But I would learn what I needed to be useful to the company. Yeah, and I'm a fairly fast learner, as long as I'm showing examples and stuff. The only reason PC included Vilgax was because Universe 7 had to recruit Frieza. 3D try source filmmaker. Well, thanks on that Cartoon Critic, but also I would need a new computer, because my computer I've had since high school, and that was about 10 years ago, I want to say. So yeah, I don't think it, I mean, I got a new graphics card so I can play Overwatch, but I don't think that my my computer could even stand an animating program. No, hold on, I need to fix something. Where are my ink pens? Here they are. That's gonna look so ugly, but it's worth it. Since 5th or 6th grade? How many years ago was that? So who should, I say PCs, who should be on, who should the final member of the Team Disney? Either the team leader or the yeah, either the team leader or one of the monkeys from Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. I mean, that's technically a Disney show, even though it was on Jetix. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Well, I mostly remember it just because of the title. Cartoon Critic. Like, I never actually like, I watched a few episodes, but it never really grabbed me. But I mostly just remember it because of, like, the title was just insane and very fun to say. Go on, say it. Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. I don't know. I just love long titles like that. I mean, it's one of the reasons why one of my comic ideas that I'd like to do is it's a supervillain thing, and it's a long title, and it's titled "It's Awkward Being a Supervillain Around My Mom." Which the title is also kind of a parody of the manga I Can't Believe My Little Sister Is That Cute, which kind of iffy on that anime or manga, just iffy. Let's see, what is it I need to do? Oh. I didn't even know Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go even ended on a cliffhanger until years later when that dude in the suede mentioned it, and I was just like, huh. I thought it just got canceled like normal. I mean, did it end on a cliffhanger, kind of like Sonic Sat AM? Oh yeah. Behold, my light green pencil. The reason it is this small compared to every other one of my pencils is because of Lord Dominator. Sway didn't review it. He talked about, it was one of his videos whenever he came back after so long, after Suburban Nights. He talked about top 10 best anime influenced TV shows or Western shows, and Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go was on that list. And of course, he also made a reference to Kappa Mikey, which that show is just bleh. And I only remember it for one joke. It's like, no, we ordered a bonsai tree. Oh, bonsai tree. Yeah, I remember that show. Once again, I tend to give shows like a few episodes to wow me and stuff, or I'll just watch a show if I'm bored and nothing else is on. And that show was one of those that if nothing else was on, I'd watch it. Actually, let's go with this color. To each their own. The crickets have started. Puka. I know of it, never watched it. Great, now I just got that up theme stuck in my head, which considering, which makes it even more annoying considering that also brings in that Magnus finale in the Adventure Zone, and then that's just like, oh no, I don't want to think about that. Oban Star Racers. I've heard of that, never watched it. Shadow, so... Wasn't it also done by like the team that did Wakfu or something? Or Stormhawks? Is Wakfu a good show? I don't know. I've never watched it. I've heard good things about it, and it's getting a new season, so I don't know. But then again, a lot of bad shows get more seasons, but I don't know. I'd have to watch it. Let's see. Ever watched Powerpuff Girls yet? A couple of episodes, but just to see how the Japanese their take on the Powerpuff Girls, and it was not good. It's not a very good show, but at least it was better than the current Powerpuff Girls show. Ouch! 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 My abdomen. Ow! 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 My insides. Ow, 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 they're trying to kill me. Did you watch that one Transformer series? It was in the early 2000s with the Cyber Keys. Transformers Armada? I watched that. For a while. I even had some of the toys. But the only Transformers series I've actually watched from beginning to end is Beast Wars. Shift key. Ow. W. Judith. French. What's up, Brain Teaser? Let's see, shadow. This way, so from here and here. Okay. Back. This is the belated birthday gift. Brain Teaser. So far. Oh. Oh, just wait till you see alpacas. That's gonna be fun. November 5th. I'll have to write that on in my calendar. No, but in all honesty, I tend not to ask people for their birthdays because I keep mine secret because I just don't like people celebrating my birthday because I don't like that song. But if an idea strikes, I'll usually draw something for someone for their birthday and all that, and just give it to them whenever I'm done. Well, hell, Brain Teaser, just in case you have to leave early, here I'll show you a preview of alpacas. Let me just move some stuff. All right. So yeah, I'll leave that on screen for a bit. All right, 3, 2, 1, and going back to you. All right, PC. His Nickelodeon team is El Tigre, XJ9, Danny Phantom, Vlad Plasmius. Cartoon critic Vlad Plasmius is Danny's arch nemesis. Puma Loco and White Pantera. They're, the last two names, Puma Loco and White Pantera, cartoon critic, are El Tigre's grandpa and dad, respectively. All right, what was the reference I need? This one. This sunset. Okay. All right, now I I need my oranges. My oranges. Hence the hilarity of Scrooge's B-Day comic. Yeah, that was, yeah, that was good. Although I don't know how I'm going to top it for the next one. Although, I mean, I have an idea, and I'll link it. I'll link the idea to you later, Brain Teaser. But but yeah. The Happy Birthday song is copyrighted, and if you sing it in public, you can get sued. Wasn't that the plot of an episode of Regular Show? Scrooge is a B-Day comic. Yeah, 2 of them. I've done 2 of them, but the more recent one you can find on my on either my Tumblr or my DA. Then, let's see, speaking of El Tigre, am I the only one who found it odd how the names never seem to translate the colors? Well, that's probably a production thing, but then again, I don't know. It's... I don't know. Well, they probably did it for like an American audience of English speakers. Because Pantera, you know, an English speaker would be like, oh, panther. But Blanco Pantera, an English speaker would be like, what? What is he? And they'd have to look it up, and then it was probably made for the ease of non-Spanish speaking Americans. Alright, PC, I will... Alright, PC, see you laters. I'll go ahead and link that so that way, that one comic, so that way you can see it later. Yeah. Critics trying to learn Spanish. Yeah, I'd like to learn French. I just need to actually sit down and start taking lessons. And no, it has nothing to do with Miraculous Ladybug. It's just I'm part French and I'd like to learn a little bit of French. Just like I've learned a little bit of German since I'm part German. I also learned a little Japanese, but not a whole bunch. I mean, the only German I actually remember is a couple of key phrases, the numbers, like how to count, certain phrasing, like how to say certain things, and then one phrase that I learned, which was Ich habe Party in meinen Hosen, which I learned by looking it up myself, which kind of disappointed the teacher. And for anyone who doesn't know, Ich habe Party in meinen Hosen, it translates to I have a party in my pants. Keep in mind that I was in high school when I was taking German. Oh, brain teaser, I haven't seen you in a bit. How's everything going? How's everything hanging? If I was more skilled, this would look a lot better, but no way to get better skilled than to practice. Practice, make mistakes. You're fabulous, you're fabulous. Well, yeah, I know. I know you're fabulous, but how got to go with that. If I worked in pastel chalk, this would look better. Actually, that's probably what I should have done. I should probably done mixed media. Should have done. I should have grabbed some chalk while I was at the art supplies yesterday. Let's see, part of the reason I'm laughing is the fact that I was just watching the Lost in Adaptation video of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Is that like an analysis video, or because why would you think of High School Musical, cartoon critic? I was thinking Fabulous from Phineas and Ferb. At least I think that's probably what made you think that. Okay, let's see. Colors. Let's start with a low. Let's start with a light. A light orange here. Okay, actually, let's start with. And I've got to sharpen this. I like this new sharpener. Do 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 bum bum ba-dum ba-da-dum dun da dum bum ba-dum ba-da-da-da-dum ba-da-da-dum ba-da-da-dum do 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 do. Ah. Okay, High School Musical has a song called Fabulous. Okay, well, I've never watched High School Musical, so I wouldn't have, yeah, so. It was after my time. Have I ever watched magical girl anime, and do I ever feel shame because I am a guy? Let's see. Sailor Moon, back in the 90s. Cardcaptor Sakura, back in the 90s. Puella Magi Madoka Magica. Miraculous Ladybug. So do I feel any shame because I am a guy? No. Pretty much when it comes to those things, like I like what I like, and I don't care what other people think. So even if it doesn't fit into someone else's view of masculinity, you shouldn't like not watch something that you're interested in just because other people might think that don't think that it's manly. Just watch what you want to watch, and that's just how I do things. Let's see. Brain teaser, and one of the jokes was how the only thing the host could say in parcel tongue was, "I have a snake in my." All right, so. Alright, now I could see why you would think that. Why you would laugh at that. I actually had to teach, like, I actually taught someone how to say that. It was kind of, it wasn't that hard. Just, ich habe Party in meinen Hosen. Actually, I think the hard part was the fact that it was, is that I was teaching them over text. And so I couldn't, like, teach them the nuances of how to actually pronounce it. I had to actually type it out phonetically. Let's see, High School Musical was bad, but it was a guilty pleasure, man. Yeah, that's no problem, Cartoon Critic. Yeah, my brother watched High School Musical a couple times. I don't think he's watched the third one, though. I think that was that came out after his time. Sorry for the delay. YouTube only allows 200 per comment, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, usually if someone doesn't comment, I either think that they're typing or they left, so there's no problem. Let's see. People shame because it's a girls' show. My brother shamed me if I'm watching Mew Mew Power. The girls' show they're cool with is Powerpuff Girls. Old Powerpuff Girls or new Powerpuff Girls, because there is a very stark difference. But hey, like I said, if you like it, you like it. There's nothing that anyone's going to change about it, about that. Let's see. Speaking of the basic idea of lost in adaptation, if the host compares the cinematic adaptation of a book such book series, what they didn't change, what they did change, and what they left out. Yeah, that's something that I had an idea for a podcast to do, which actually the idea was rewrites, like take a bunch of fans or even people within the industry and ask them if they could rewrite an episode or a movie. How would you rewrite it? And just go on from there. Like one episode that I would try and do would be Frozen. Or even Gravity Falls Season 2. Let's see. Cartoon Critic, the old Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, that's understandable. Let's see. Brain teaser. He doesn't view them as movies, just adaptation. Yeah, I kind of dropped the... Although, to be honest, I kind of dropped the Harry Potter movies after the fourth one, mostly because of the maze. Because after reading the Maze and the Goblet of Fire, I was really excited to see it on the screen, and in the movie, it was just a hedge mage. I was just like, oh come on, where's the Sphinx and all the cool monsters? And I realized that they had time and stuff, but it was just really disappointing for me. See, Cartoon Critic. How would you end Frozen? It's not so much how I would end it. It's just what I would change. Like when I left Frozen out of the theaters, the first thing that I thought of was that movie needed another draft. I mean, yeah, I know how some people could say that it's a good movie and all that, but for me, it's just wasn't. And one of the problems with it is songs. The songs, the first portion of the movie is song, and then a long break of no songs, and then a song here, a song there, and then there's like no finale song and stuff, which that's fine. But the main issue I have is the fact that a lot of the songs in Frozen could easily have just been removed and nothing, and they wouldn't have lost anything. Like Olaf's summer song, or the worst offender to me being the Trolls' Fixer Upper song. That that song made me stop, because for a while I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of feel Anna and Kristoff as a couple. That's believable and all that. Yeah, I can feel it. And Fixer Upper started playing, and I was just like, you know what, Disney? No. Screw you. I'm not going to ship these two. Let's see. Cartoon Critic. I liked Frozen, and in my review of the movie, I brought up some things it did wrong. Well, I'll have to watch that. Brain teaser. See, I read up to Goblet of Fire as a kid, saw all the movies, and I'm currently listening to them audiobook. I now wish I had read all the books before viewing the movies. Yeah, I have all the books, and I've read all of them except for the last one, except I got halfway through the last one and gave up. But I also had other things going on. But I knew that I wasn't going to watch the movie anyways, so I was just like, so why even bother? Although there is another reason why I stopped watching the movie, yeah. Especially when I found out that there was a scene in Book 7 where Dudley acts like a decent human being and levels with Harry. Well, maybe if I actually kept reading, I probably would have gotten to that scene. But yeah, the Dudleys, man. This is almost done. Let's see, Cartoon Critic. I used to be a fan of Harry Potter, but like Transformers is something I grew out of. Yeah, people, yeah, that tends to happen, although it all comes in waves, you know. Like sometimes you'll be a fan of something and then you'll leave the fandom, and then something will happen and you'll return. But sometimes you don't. It all depends. Indeed it is, Cartoon Critic. Indeed it is a sour cream X brain teaser thing. Or not quite. Elaborate on that brain teaser, since this is your thing. Oh, that's right. It's not brain teaser. It's an OC. It's okay. It's now your OTP. It's now your OTP, Cartoon Critic. That's nice. I just love the fact that I was able to convert. I love the fact that I was able to convert Scrooge into shipping Dominator and Hecapoo. It's like one of us. One of. I think it's like me and then one other person. How so? How so, Brain Teaser? It's got me curious. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, Cartoon Critic. Most people make Steven Universe OCs. It's usually Jim Sona's, and as such, I decided to use that because after the Most Wanted arc, where Steven was on trial, because I'd been listening to a whole bunch of D&D podcasts, my mind was pretty much trying to form a D&D version of Steven Universe, and so I worked on that for I think a week or two, and basically it would allow people to take their Jim Sonas and put them in like a sci-fi D&D kind of situation. I should sharpen this. Oh man, blast it all. Alright, time to start sharpening again. Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen. Oh yeah, Emerald from the new Lars and the Stars episode sneak peek. Bingo bungo. I'm not going to pretend to say I remember that in the early streams, but it does sound familiar. But yeah, same. I discovered Scrooge shortly before the announcement for the podcast. Let's see, for playback purposes, brain teasers, I discovered Scrooge not long before she made the announcement that she was looking for co-commentators. During one of her streams, I dropped the bio pic for Chive in the chat. And that's what she has so far. Cartoon Critic, and people already are shipping Emerald and Lars. Well, yeah. I mean, who else are they going to ship Lars with nowadays? One of the off colors? That'd just be wrong. And darker colors. Actually, Cartoon critic. I discovered Scrooge because her videos kept appearing in my recommendation and she wouldn't go away. That's actually kind of how I discovered Scrooge. Like I was looking up some stuff and then one of her videos was in my recommendation and I was just like, huh, this looks interesting, and I watched it and then I was like, that was very interesting, and then I watched the rest of Scrooge's videos at the time, and yeah, that's how that happened. I bumped my camera. Lars expat Parisha. No, why, people? Why must you do this? Let's see. She said she read out said bio in which I commented how there didn't seem to be many human OCs for Steven Universe. She agreed. Can't remember the exact wording at the time, but I suppose it made me memorable enough. Yeah, I'd say. I mean, wasn't one of the early episodes of Headcanon Hive about your OC? I think, if I remember right. Cartoon critic. Shippers are weird. Yes, indeed, they are. Just take into consideration me. For some reason, I decided to start, for some reason, the appeal of Lord Dominator and Hekapoo popped in, and it latched onto me, and I was like, well, damn, I guess this is my life now. Punch a bear. Run. This is your life now. Cartoon critic, Lars and the Stars being a spin-off of Steam Universe. I doubt it. Considering how much Teen Titans Go eats up the scheduling for Cartoon Network, I doubt they're going to let Steven Universe spinoff even have a chance. I mean, I could see it in comic form, like the comics and stuff, but yeah. Why did I put that there? Frisk and Asriel. Yeah, people do ship that. It took me a little bit to remember who Asriel was. Ooh. Alright, well, there's a few things I have to do to finish this, but it is 12:24, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to alpacas. So let me get a cardstock thing so I can have a buffer for ink bleeding so it doesn't bleed into yours. Come on. Blasted thing. Okay. Let's see. We did have a stream about the Beach City Mean Girls, a group of Chive is part of, along with Scrooge Personas and Alpacas OC, whose name currently escapes me. Yes. As I thought so. Yeah, I may not have the greatest memory, but certain details do stick in there from time to time. I'm gonna get all of this back. Gonna get. Well, it wasn't a show; it was a movie. But, or was it a show? I don't know. All right, get these markers out. I'm gonna get some water. It's 11:25 where you are. It's 12:25 where I am. So gotta stay hydrated. Whoop. Oh no, you don't. You're not gonna fall. Okay. Alright. Alright. So it's like calling it was like mean being sarcastic because they're going around the city helping random people. So it's like naming a group the losers and they're actually a team of winners. I think you're probably thinking of Gossip Girl, cartoon critic. That'll work. Do 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 do. Nope, right there. Okay. You don't get tired. Yeah, that's understandable. There's so many titles, like eventually, like you can only retain so much information, so some titles just sound so familiar. It's understandable. Alright, let's get this layer. Let's see. Brain teaser. It's a joke on Mean Girls because the dynamic between the girls is somewhat reminiscent of how Regina, Gretchen, and Karen play off each other. It's been a while since I've seen Mean Girls, but I remember it being a good movie. Regina George. It's like one time she punched me in the face. It was awesome. Wasn't it based off of the Heathers movie from the 1980s? And you found it not appealing because I'm more of a cartoon guy. Get it? Oh, cartoon guy was your old name. Okay. Well, see, now I know the context behind the joke. Yeah, I prefer animation too, but every once in a while I'll watch a live action. Mean Girls was basically Heathers for the 2000s, yes. Aha. I knew it. Even though I watched Mean Girls first, and only recently have watched Heathers. With a much happier ending, mind you. What, you didn't think the ending of Heathers where crap, what's her name? The ending where Winona Ryder basically just decides to abandon the thought of being popular and instead stick with people who are her actual friends and stuff and like her for being her. Timmy L. Sup? Or am I thinking of the Heathers musical? Oh, I can get rid of this reference now. Oh joy. Alright. Ah, Veronica. That's what it is. Oh, now, okay. Okay, now I remember because of the song Beautiful. Veronica, Veronica, Veronica. And I know it would be beautiful. You hope and pray, and you get your way. Tell me how it feels to look like hell on heels. Let's see, ever heard of the show called Skunk Fu? So far no one has reviewed it. No one has reviewed it because nobody remembers it. Cartoon critic? And for good reason. It's mostly just gross out humor. Let's see. Heathers was a movie before it was a musical, much in the same way Legally Blonde and Waitress were. Yeah, I just heard the musical before because the movie is a cult classic, and as such, yeah, I'm not part of the cult. Well, I wasn't, but now I guess I could be considered since I like the movie. Okay, people have reviewed it, but their review is not very good. Not very good as in the review wasn't done well, or the review wasn't favorable towards it, like people didn't like it. Cartoon critic. Wow, nobody. You can somewhat sing. No. Okay, basically, what I can do is mimic. And that was very useful back when Rock Band 2 was out. And what I would do, since I knew most of the songs, is that I would mimic and match the pitch of whatever song it was. And that allowed my friends and I to get through most of the songs. Oh, my back. Which one? Okay. Never watched Legally Blonde. I've seen bits and parts. This can go in here. Now I need my periwinkle. Actually, let's get the apple green. The review wasn't done well. The people didn't like it. Well, if you have a differing opinion, then I guess there you go. And not to sound like too critical, it's just I tend to have the philosophy of is that I don't tend to criticize unless I think I can either do better or do what it is I'm criticizing, which is why I'm usually so silent. Cricket, 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 cricket. Oh, I hope I don't screw up with this. There were so many small parts and details. Anyone remember the show Robots? No. That does not sound familiar. I need to add some. No, I don't like the show. Oh, okay. I'm just so focused because of like all these little like let's see, like here and all this, I got all these tiny little things that separate this, the front to the back side, and just trying to make sure that they don't like bleed into each other. It's just so so I'm just having to focus and look up every once in a while at the comments. Yeah, I know you can criticize things without being good at it and stuff. It's just, that's just personally what I do, is that unless I think I can either do it or be somewhat proficient at it, I tend not to criticize things. Or unless someone like absolutely wants my opinion on something, in which case then I'm like, alright, fine. Here's the problem. One time I did, let's see, Cartoon Critic saying, one time I did, blast. One time I did criticize someone's channel and they gave me hate comments and blocked me. All they had to do was just block you. I don't understand whenever people like leave hate messages and stuff. I mean, on a spur of the moment kind of thing, I can understand that. It's just, it's probably because I've got a little bit more restraint, and I know that the internet, one, is forever, and two, it's like it's the internet. People have a differing opinion of you. It doesn't change who you are. It's just them. So I don't know, I guess I'm just lucky so far that I haven't gotten any internet hate. Brain Teaser saying, okay, but Alpaca's face is perfect for this pic. Indeed it is. It took a while to find the right one. In fact, I actually redesigned her Alpaca character for my Wander Over Yonder comic, Lonely Lord Dominator. And so I decided to use that for this. And yeah. So Cartoon Critic saying, wait, that's Alpaca? Yes, indeed. Why is she writing Cthulhu demonic? That's yeah, it's probably best to ask, I'm just gonna chalk it up to, this is made based off of things that I know from talking with Alpaca. So, yeah. That's what I tend to do. Like, for instance, Brain Teasers was her character and Chai, her character in Sour Cream, and then Scrooge's was her and Lord Dominator, because I based all these off of their interests and what they like. So let's see. Brain Teaser. Some people can't take criticism. Granted, some people can't write constructive criticism, but the point still stands. Yeah, that seems to be a problem, is that people can't, like, they'll tear something apart without offering any input of what they could have done. You know, like the snooty art critic that's just like, the shadows on this just aren't very good. It's like, okay, well then what would have made it better? You know, if someone would have been like, well, the shadows on this just aren't very good. You see, the light source over there does not correspond with the shadows over here. So if you had done this, if you had made the shadows over here instead of like right down here, that it would have made a bit more sense. But instead, most people just tend to go, oh, that doesn't work, or that's terrible. And so I think more people should learn how to give constructive criticism as opposed to just tearing something down. Like, oh, you mean like the Emoji Movie? Let's see. How to fix constructive criticism for the Emoji Movie. Let's see. It should never have been made. How's that? But in all honesty, though, someone showed some of the concept art of the Emoji Movie, and they were originally supposed to just have these dot eyes. And honestly, that actually looked better than than what they went with in the final. Brain teaser. Yes, SR can attest to all the sputtering that came with him asking me what I want. Well, I aim to please. I aim to please. And if I aim to please, and if this picture is of any indication, just don't take that out of context. It's a fun little jab. Message redacted. If only I could message redact in real life. Constructive criticism for the Emoji Movie Watch Max G Show brain death. I need to take a drink of water. Yeah. Let's see. Brain teaser saying, frankly, I'm wondering why the Emoji Movie didn't take the same route as the Lego Movie. They could easily have made a good amount of jabs at emoji culture / how people communicate nowadays. Yeah, but Sony was more concerned with marketing. Like the Lego people, for the Lego Movie, they were probably like, just make a movie. We don't care. People make stop action movies of Legos all the time, so we don't care. Just make a good movie. And so they gave the writers probably gave the writers a good deal of freedom. And that's how the Lego Movie came out, and it is glorious. However, that also kind of opened the floodgate for movies like the Emoji Movie to come out, because it's like, oh, people will watch anything. And it's like, no, we won't. It's like, no, we didn't just watch the Lego Movie because it was the Lego Movie. We watched it because it was a good movie. It's like, we're not going to watch something just because, like, for instance, DC. I'm not going to watch a DC movie just because it's got Batman in it. Yeah, sure, I like Batman, but I like his rogues gallery more, and I like them if they made a Batman movie using the Riddler again, I'd be there. I'd be there and instantly watch it. If they made a Batman movie using the ventriloquist and Scarface, bam, right there. I'm right there on day one. If they made a Batman movie using Baby Doll, I'd camp out. But unfortunately, the only villain that they seem to think we care about is Joker, which, yeah, Joker's nice and all, but seriously, you can only do Joker stories so many times. Brain teaser freaking out about Riddler. Well, he is he also is my #1 Batman villain. He has been since I was a kid watching Batman the Animated Series. I just love riddles and stuff. Do you a Batman Assault on Arkham? Sounds like a game, but the last couple Batman games I've played was Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. I didn't play Arkham Knight because I don't have we don't have an Xbox One, and I wasn't gonna. Oh no, wait! I think I played the prequel? Yeah, the prequel also. Yeah, so I also played that one. Wait, is it a movie or a game? Oh, okay, it's animated. Alright. Hey, diddle diddle, it's time for a riddle. Ugh. Yeah, when I was what was that? Yeah, when I was trying to come up with, while watching Batman the Animated Series, like marathoning all 4 seasons when I got them on DVD, I looked up a whole bunch of riddles and stuff, just to be able to try and beat the Riddler in the show. I mean, not like, aha, I figured it out, but more like just to solve it before Batman and stuff, which, yeah, I could just pause, but where's the fun in that? Where's the challenge? It's like Jeopardy. You don't get to pause Jeopardy. You don't get to go up to Alex Trebek and be like, yo, Alex, hold on. I gotta Google this. Let's see. Okay, it's a movie, Batman. Oh, it's basic. And I haven't seen Batman and Harley Quinn, though there is a part of me that is still somewhat hesitant with what they've done to Jason Woodrow. I haven't seen Batman and Harley yet. I want to, mostly just for the scene where Harley apparently goes nuclear on Ivy. It's like, yes, Harley and Ivy are a much better couple than Harley and Joker. The good version of the Suicide Squad. Yeah, as soon as I saw the trailer for Suicide Squad, I was just like, yep, this is gonna be a bad one. So I didn't go see it. But my brother did. And just like with Turtles, or the Bay Turtles, he was just like, ugh. Actually, I think he liked Suicide Squad. I can't remember. Let's see, brain teaser. Mainly because he's traditionally the guy who made Poison Ivy a mutant in the first place, called Professor Bone. Yeah, that's how I wrote it. Like whenever while rewatching all of Batman the Animated Series, I started coming up with my own version, and in like episode 2 in the background, because episode 2 was like a Scarecrow episode, it was kind of like an origin kind of thing, but in the background has Dr. Woodrow and Pamela Isley, and then a few episodes later, then Isley becomes Poison Ivy. Let's see, they have a new villain in the game called Lady Arkham, who turns out to be Vicky Vale. Ugh. That just sounds weird. It's like, you gotta keep Vicky Vale relevant. She's a news reporter. She's always relevant. I mean, she's not as relevant as, like, Lois Lane, but, you know. Since they killed off Brain Teaser, are you just mad with Telltale because they killed Riddler? Where is that? Oh, here it is. I think so. Yep, here it is. Let me. All right, let's see. What did I do? What did I do? Okay. All right. Let's get these spots popped in. Yeah, why would you kill off Riddler? That just doesn't sound like a good idea. But then again, it's comics, so, you know, he'll be back. Well, provided Telltale gets to make another Batman game. Because, honestly, if they do another game and they have, like, puzzle segments and stuff, who are they going to do to fill the Riddler's shoes? So yeah, he will be back. Batman. 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 Da, 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 da. Batman. That's got to be one of the best scenes in in Batman Beyond. Just Terry McGinnis taking old Bruce Wayne to a Batman musical. Let's see. Brain Teaser. No, I'm mad at Telltale because they made a version of the Riddler that was genuinely good at being scary, yet gimmicky, and man-childish if somewhat bloodthirsty than needed, and then they killed him. Song the Gold Folk. Okay, that's it. Batman. Sing the song good folks sing. Batman. After all, Commissioner, they're a superstitious, cowardly lot. They always run, but they always get caught. I don't know the lyric words. For some reason, Vicky Vale revealed herself to Bruce when she drugged him. Why, you may ask, because she is stupid. Or the writer. Let's see, before there was Batman, a Green Lantern was protecting Gotham. Well, obviously he did a crap job. It's like, there was a Green Lantern that was protecting... It's like, oh, check this out, Bruce. According to Green Lantern history, there was a Green Lantern protecting Gotham City. Oh yeah? Then where was he when my parents died? Yeah, exactly. He wasn't very good. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that skit. That's why the city needs Batman. I'm Batman. That's why DC will only make Batman movies. Because I'm Batman. Forget the fact that there's tons of other heroes that are also as good as Batman. They'll only make movies about Batman because I'm Batman. And I'll even be put in a movie where I don't need to be put in because I'm Batman. The original Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Oh, yeah. And then, like, in the... Okay, yeah. Yeah, the Golden Age Green Lantern. We are all nerds. Oh, yeah, but what's wrong with that? Oh, crap. Yeah, original as in before the Green Lantern Corps stuff. Yeah, during the Golden Age and stuff. Yeah, the Green Lantern we know of, as in the Green Lantern Corps, that was made during the Silver Age, along with the Silver Age Flash, Barry Allen, and a lot of other heroes. I would like to be a Blue Lantern. Yeah, Blue Lanterns would probably be more akin to my personality, honestly, because I am very laid back and harmonious. Like it takes a lot to piss me off. And canceling Green Lantern the animated series is one of those things. Okay, but back, let's see, brain teaser. Okay, back to Assault on Arkham for a second. While writing for Riddler was pretty awesome, was pretty saucy / hilarious, the voice casting was distracting, not because it was the guy from the games, but it was Matthew Gray Gubler, Dr. Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds, and you can hear it in his voice. I've never seen Criminal Minds, so I will take your word for that. Yeah, that's also part of one of the reasons why I tend to frown upon like celebrities voicing certain people, like characters and stuff. Not because I don't think they can do a good job, but because people will hear the people. They would hear the celebrity, not the character. Like, for instance, when Nathan Fillion voices Green Lantern, I don't really hear Green Lantern, I hear Nathan Fillion. That's why I kind of prefer I think it was Josh Keaton as Green Lantern. Let's see, I'll tell you this much, I would not want to be part of the Indigo Tribe, and those peeps messed up.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Reed's almost a decade of violence.
Alright. Well, it is 1:05. My brother has a show coming on soon, so I will... Well, I know it's on now. So I will have to... sign off. I will finish this. I'll finish this off camera. So yeah. So this is what I've gotten so far for the alpacas. And this is what I got for brain teaser. So yeah. So that'll be it for this. Next week maybe I've got probably an idea or two, so next week maybe. So yeah, that'll be it for this one. So aloha.